A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
To me, the best part of Teddy Bridgewater's game is his decision-making. Very smart, loves to watch the game, loves to analyze it, and he does it so well, he takes care of the football and keeps his team in good spots.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. And here now the offense for Carolina.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. A check on the numbers by Moore last week. 5 catches, 64 yards.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a 1st down on that one.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Defensive side of the football, the starters here for Tampa Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now they've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the 35 on 2nd down, Bridgewater got his man, Robbie Anderson. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
but drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. This one from 46 yards out. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. They're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth. And it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. There's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And it fights through one man. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Ground with McCaffrey. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Bridgewater now. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On the ground, McCaffrey.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Ndamukong Suh with a sack. We've seen that a ton since he entered the league in 2010. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Mike. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go. Do it.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Check 59.
On the delay, Jones. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
Here's McCaffrey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And almost picked off.
Not only was it tight, he was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Brady's throw there complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down, Brady. That's going to be caught. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, at least...
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bucs have taken the lead. A able to punch it in on third down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, check back 45.
This is McCaffrey. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good,
Yeah.
backside guys, that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. Kendall Beckwith on the stop. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. They'll run with McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Brady, he finds his target. It's Evans. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
Mike, round 80. Round 80. Watch the screen. Pass. 72.
Brady now on 1st down. And this is caught by Evans. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This is Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. To throw, it's Brady. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And it's 3rd and 5. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Now, Brady, lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Here's Brady.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Strong coverage by Carolina, and on we go to 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away, maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers about set to go on offense. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hand.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. And Thomas has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that gets them back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. Alshon Jeffrey, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Golden Tate, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. John Ross, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Now Brady. He's got Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Throughout his career, Tom Brady has made a living with the quick pass, hasn't he? How about that one? A little slant inside, and I think his arm's gotten stronger throughout his career, too.
Yeah, you can just see one of many examples of why he's made more trips to the Super Bowl than any other quarterback.
Footwork, intelligence, competitiveness, that's Tom Brady in a nutshell.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Brady now on first down. Complete to Jones. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. On the counter, here's Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet.
Shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Brady on the bootleg. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Brady now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. A dump underneath to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Off the bootleg. Brady. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scott Miller, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Gay is on for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On third down, Bridgewater. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Going quickly out wide to Moore. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Bridgewater on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. He'll get this to Devlin, his fullback. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Bridgewater again. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So out comes the field goal team once more. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. It can be a thankless job sometimes to be a kicker, but they're thanking him right now. That's now 4 field goals. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has. That offense has got to find its rhythm because I'm not sure that just kicking field goals is going to allow them to win this game.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Again, it's Jones. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time, it's a set.
Seems to me that our friend, Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
You got 3 down.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. On play action, it's Brady. He hits his target, the tight end Adams. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Right here.
To throw, it's Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for...
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, there's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin.
We got this.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Again, they'll throw with Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And that goes for a gain of 31.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now Brady again. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a play fake. Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense, with 2 guys going up for the football. Which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
No, without a doubt. The will, as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Bridgewater. And finding the tight end, Wilson. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Bridgewater now. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the 39, Brady nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
It's a net of 40 there, punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Time to take a glance into what we've seen so far from Teddy Bridgewater. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Throwing is Bridgewater. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Bridgewater.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Hey, 66.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Like that, 53! 59! Get ready, get ready! Sugar!
On first down, Logan looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 17-yard line.
On second down, it's Jones. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check.
On third down, it's Logan. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Here's Brady to throw. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's second and 1. Brady going to throw here. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So now the Panthers down by 15. Just over a minute 40 to play. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
On first and 10, Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Bridgewater So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bucs, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.